section, and we'll just wait for people to come on. I think we have some comments. Karen's here.
Hey, everybody.
Ray's here, and Kat St. Jane is here. Welcome. Thank you guys for showing up. And yeah, it's been quite a week. We've had a lot of questions online. Go ahead,
that's
Ed.
great. No, that's what I was going to say. We've had a lot of questions online, and that's awesome because it gives us a little bit of time to kind of think about them and to be able to help everyone out that with that particular question. So it's really awesome. Thanks again for tuning in tonight. And Ray, I want to give a big shout out to you and your spouse because, man, those comments that you say to Barbara and I, it just really, it's really amazing, and we want to thank you. We really don't think we're that great, but thank you though very much. And
thank you guys for the happy birthday. Some of you, and Ray just said happy birthday, and Karen, thank you. Yeah, we've all become quite friends here on this little channel.
Yeah, it's awesome. And Barbara did have a good birthday.
Yeah, I did, and we really enjoy your company.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody tuning in on Monday nights here at 7 o'clock. Okay. We look forward to it, actually. And how is our signal tonight? We just wanted to check it out. Yeah, just wanted to check it out.
Let us know.
Yeah, hopefully we're not fading in and out. So.
We thought we found the solution, but
we're not sure.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. So, Barb, do you
have
any questions from last week?
We had a student out there that was having problems with gaps. They were working on a project, and they kind of have a time limit too, I guess. So they were really struggling when they went to put it together. They found a lot of gaps, and it was very frustrating. So is there any solution to quickly fix something that you're in the middle of?
No, not to quickly fix something. If it's copper foil, it sounds like we just need to hone in our cutting skills much better. Your cutting skill, because your grinder isn't used to make the glass fit. Your glass cutter is used to make the glass fit. Your grinder is used to rough up the edges and maybe take a little burr off every now and then. But please, guys and gals, take the time to perfect your cutting skills, and you will enjoy working within this medium much better.
So,
and I'm not saying you can't cut glass, but if you want to get rid of those gaps, you need to cut it better. That's all.
So, yeah, I would, the pieces that are gapping, around those pieces that are gapping, if you want to fix it, I think you're going to have to take it, recut those pieces that are really bothering you.
Right.
If you want to continue with that project, just recut like 4 or 5 pieces, and then it's a learning experience.
It is. And if those little gaps, if they're not really like where you could drive a car through them, a lot of times you can fix it with your solder. But if they're gaping gaps, it's something that you might want to, like, if you're having a problem, take your pattern and take that piece of glass and see if your pattern fits in that opening with all the other glasses around it. And if not, if it's really that bad, then wait till you tack everything together and then make a new pattern for that piece of glass, and then cut your new glass and put it in there. But this time, make sure you cut it so that it fits. Cut it to your pattern.
Just fit that pattern before you go to all the trouble of copper foiling.
And grinding.
Because you could have ground. When I was, I got to say, sometimes you'll grind away your
what you need.
What you need. And if you don't refit it, you're not, and then you just foil it, you're not going to know till you put it together. So it's always good to refit all those pieces after you grind it.
Yeah, and again, it all really does boil and come back onto your cutting skills. But like Barb said, you can be using the grinder and just just make it so that it doesn't fit accidentally.
Yeah, because sometimes you forget what it's really supposed to look like. It's kind of embarrassing, but it's happened to me.
It is.
Okay. Kat St. Jane wants to know, do you use zinc when you are wood framing? No.
You can, but you don't have to. Zinc's more expensive than lead. And you can use zinc around it, but now remember, you're putting wood around it too. So you can use the lead, put the wood around it, make it look really nice. So the lead is less costly. So because you realize you're probably spending $6 or $7 a foot on the oak framing. So yeah, if you can put lead around it, that's fine. It looks. I mean, I prefer it. There's more lead in our glass studio than anything. But we did have a customer drop off a 50-pound box of used zinc last week. And I've never had 50 pounds of zinc in my shop.
Okay. Another student. This is Ray's question.
Hey, Ray.
Can you cut a circle and save the outside piece?
The answer to that, Ray, is yes. And not only in the movies. The bank robbers, they go up to the bank and they cut that circle and they put their little suction cup on it and they pull it out and they go in and rob the bank. Well, that's only happens in Hollywood. However, Ray, what you're talking about can be done. And I've been told by the producer that we are going to do a video on it. So we're going to show you.
I hope this week.
I hope this week. I hope this week to do the video so that we can show you. But yes, it can be done. However, I could explain it to you, but I think we'll do a video.
First, we have to see if he can still do it.
If I can still do it. I've done it.
He's done it.
And I've done it before. Yeah. So, and I promise you, it's a lot easier on 1/8-inch glass than it is on 1/4-inch glass.
Oh, you've done it with quarter?
I've done it with quarter before. So.
Okay.
But it's a lot easier on 1/8-inch glass. So we're going to take a 12 by 12 and we're going to take a 6-inch circle out of the center of it when we do the video. But Ray, yes, it can be done. And thanks for coming up with these really good questions, because not only do you get the answer out of me, but you guys are making me think and making me think back on things that I've done in the past and really haven't done that often since. So, but yeah, it can be done, and I'm going to show you how to do it.
We'll see if we could. If you don't see the video on that, you'll know it didn't happen.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm very confident that I can do it. But the one thing you're going to need is you're going to need a small circle cutter or the Glass Star circle strip cutter. You're going to need a small one like that, because we're just going to take a 6-inch circle out of the center. Keep in mind too, why it's so difficult to do that. After you cut that circle, it doesn't just fall out. Okay. Because the glass, now watch my hand, the glass, when you turn it over to break the back of the circle, every time you push down on it, that glass breaks at a different angle, just like that. Click, 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 click. Flip it over, push it on the other side till you hear click, click. That did it all the way around. The rest of it, I'll show you on video.
Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Karen said that a friend gave her, or did they give it to you? Oh, gave you a good idea about a light box, an old TV with LED lights in the picture element when the picture element's gone.
Well, that's a good idea, but you need a very firm surface to you use the TV as a box, but make sure you use your tempered safety glass as a firm surface to cut your glass on, because you can't be putting pressure on your glass and your light box mush down and your glass will break every time you're working with it. So, but as far as using the light from a TV, that's awesome.
No, LED lights in the picture.
In the picture frame. That's cool.
Okay. So
that'd be upcycling, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really upcycling when you think about it.
So did we have any other questions?
So we've had some really good questions. We And Ray, we appreciate you going through, starting at video number 1 and watching our videos. I'm not sure where you are within our 90 video realm, but I sure hope that that you actually are learning something, because we put these videos together for everyone to be able to learn something. So we've got some more videos coming out. This one, our next video coming out is going to be the circle out of a square.
Okay. And Karen said has an idea to keep that from happening.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, Karen, I enjoyed meeting Denver. He and I get along real well.
Yeah.
Looking forward to coming up and seeing y'all up in the upstate.
For sure. We almost had to go up there today because we had a water leak
at the house. Fortunately, our daughter was home and could get to the house quicker than 4 hours.
51,000 gallons of water. So I think Mercury is in retrograde or something.
I don't know. It was a funky day today, but I will tell you this, Barb.
What?
We completed and delivered the South Carolina Aquarium project today.
Okay. Yeah. And I don't mean to interrupt you.
No,
you can brag about
that
that later. But I have a couple people that came on that we haven't talked to before, and Noah's been here before.
Right.
And he finds Spectrum Oceanside wispy tends to crack during my process, very brittle. Do you find other manufacturers offer more durable glass? Yes, they do. They do,
and that's funny you should ask, because one of our topics tonight is Oceanside.
Oh, okay.
So stick around. I won't answer that question right now, Noah, because we're going to answer questions about Oceanside Glass for a lot of people. So.
And the thing about Oceanside is that it used to be Spectrum, and Spectrum used to be the bestest glass to cut. It was the easiest glass to cut. It cut like butter.
It was the best annealed glass in the market
because of the annealing process.
Oh gosh.
So I imagine when this company is this American?
Yeah, they're still in Seattle or somewhere on the West Coast.
Okay. I have heard that their annealing process is not
they're trying to run it too fast.
And they have other obstacles because of
everything.
Everything.
Yeah, they've got. We'll talk about that soon.
Yeah, and Andrew Gore. I think this might be Andrew's first time, but he says that he is working. His latest project is a 4-foot by 5-foot window with over 800 pieces. Congratulations!
Awesome,
Andrew.
my friend. Awesome. Now, are you doing that in sections, like four sections? Or are you trying to attack it all in one piece?
Next question.
Okay.
Am I going to need to add some kind of strengthener to it or rebar?
Oh, most definitely, my friend, if you're doing it in one piece. The other way is to do it in 4 sections. Did he say 4 foot by 5 foot?
Yes.
That's 20 square feet. You're right. Actually, you're over the max that you should do it in one piece.
But you're okay.
But you're okay. I mean, you're right at it. It's like you're right at it. So keep in mind, and you probably did this in the beginning anyway, is you have thought about where the reinforcing should go so that it doesn't interrupt the design of the window. However, if an 1/8 inch line here or there, as opposed to the window crumbling on you and falling down in the middle, sagging over the next couple years, I would, you're definitely going to need some rebar, and make sure that if you're putting it in a window, that the molding that holds the glass into the frame should be at least 1 inch. Like instead of 3/4 round, it's a little bit small. Use like 7/8.
That's a good idea.
Something to give it some beef around the outside edge. And then keep in mind, if you're gonna reinforce it,
Yeah, you
Not
have
if you're going to reinforce it. You need to reinforce it.
Mhm.
Make sure that when you do your rebar that you 45 the ends, and the ends will go into the wood so that the wood holds the rebar against the window, even though it's soldered, to keep them from expanding and contracting so much that they come off. Take your time and solder it correctly. Make sure to look for that little wave. Okay, that wave up the rebar and back down onto the lead.
We have a video on adding rebar. You might want to check it out.
Yeah,
It's not long. It's like 10 minutes.
it's about 10 minutes, but it will explain to you the wave on the rebar, and it will explain to you, because I think, aren't we reinforcing across? So it's got a little bit of straight lines, but it's also an abstract, isn't it, Ron?
Hi, Magali.
Hey,
Yes,
Magali,
yes.
thanks for
It's
tuning
a
in tonight.
abstract cross. You talking about the cross?
The cross,
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Well, that sounds exciting.
That
And-
is awesome, man. 800
Hi,
pieces.
Magali.
Woo!
Hi, everyone showing up. Joyce. Thank you, Joyce. I ate cheesecake the day before my birthday to celebrate. Oh, yeah. Cheesecake.
Our good
Yay,
friend dropped us
cheesecake.
off some cheesecake.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah, we had a great day yesterday.
We did. We had a great day.
He's only been doing stained glass for Andrew's only been doing stained glass for 6 months, and he's self-taught. Oh, Andrew, thank you. He said we are his teachers. You know, Eddie is basically, well, he's basically self-taught.
Yeah.
Stained glass, yes. He
Stained
did have
glass,
glass skills before, but yes, he's basically self-taught as well.
I had the cutting skills of cutting thicker glasses before I got into the stained glass, and it's really, anyway, I'm happy, and thank you for the comment, and we will teach you anything that we can about this fascinating medium that we all deal with.
And did you know that Ray is working on a 900-piece lamp?
Ray, that's awesome. Now, did you make the form yourself, or because at 900
Sounds like
pieces, it's definitely not a flat panel.
No, it sounds like a Tiffany.
It sounds like a Tiffany style lamp, and lots of time in front of the TV copper foiling, I'm sure, especially this time of year. So let me let y'all in. You know, it's cold outside and it's getting cold. Let me let y'all in on a little secret.
What?
You know.
What?
So when your glass is cold,
Oh,
and your fingers touch the glass, it warms it up and the glass begins to sweat. So go into the kitchen. Go into the kitchen and get your little flat top griddle, plug it in, put it on 200 or low, whatever it is. Spread your glass pieces out on it that you need to foil. Once they warm up, you can pick them up, hold them with your hand and foil them, and they won't sweat, because you just eliminated the difference in temperature between your fingers and your glass. So that's just a little tip, and it does work. So,
yeah.
but
It works for glass, but then after that, it doesn't work for
it
breakfast.
doesn't work for pancakes. Yeah.
So anyway, we've told that joke before.
I-
It's a Tiffany style, Ray said.
Awesome, Ray. Awesome. Can't wait to see the photograph of it.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, we delivered. Tell them. You can tell them now about the aquarium.
Oh, we did. We delivered the work, all but 5 pieces. And those 5 pieces were something that we just really had to think about it a little bit more, because these were like the pieces that needed to finish out everything. So
Yeah.
anyway, one of the pieces was this orb that was, I don't know, 12 to 14 inches in diameter. And it's actually the full moon in the display of the Blackwater Swamp. Anyway, the job has been delivered.
What did you just say?
I just told them about the moon. I didn't tell
I
them where
lost
it was
you
going.
somewhere. You said we made the moon.
We made the moon.
We made the moon.
Wow! We made the moon. It was awesome, y'all.
It's about this big.
It's about
It's about that big.
a little bit bigger than a basketball.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it's going to actually hang. It's actually going to be in the display, kind of behind the cypress trees, but a full moon nevertheless. And the way it's going to work out, I believe we're going to get the shadow of the moon across the water on the on the Blackwater Swamp. So it really turned out good. And let me tell you something, Barbara did the colors awesome again, you know. And
we delivered those pieces today, and we got to see the bold display. But we can't show you any pictures because it's not our event.
Yeah, it's not our event.
But I'm going to try to show you some little sneak pictures of the reflection of the bowls on the wall without showing you the whole entire thing. That'll be in Saturday's video. Yeah. I'll show you little sneak peeks, but you won't be able to tell.
I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get any tickets or anything, but it doesn't matter. You know, the aquarium, what can it cost to go into the aquarium? $25 a person? It's well worth it. It's well worth it. Oh, and we found out today that they have a sea turtle hospital there, which is awesome. And, you know, Barbara and I, we do sea turtles.
Do you ever just freestyle the building of a piece, maybe using a sun catcher and building around it?
Yes. I think sometimes when I get commissions, I'm freestyling that commission.
How do you figure that? How are you freestyling?
Well, because the customer tells me what they're interested in, and I get to draw the design for approval.
But the key is that you always draw a design in a pattern.
In a pattern, yes.
Okay. Yes. As long as you have your design and on paper, do what you want.
Yeah, do what you want. You know, my father he used to just take the scrap glass, you know, the little pieces that are inch or 2 inches, you know, just all odd shapes, and he'd grind them and foil them and put them together and hang them in a collage. And you know what? You would think, God, that's such goofy glass, but you know what? They were really, really pretty. If you do that, you have to go all the way around the outside with pre-tinned wire so that it doesn't come apart on you, and then you can hang it.
Andrew says that stained glass has given him a whole new outlook on life in a very, very positive way. It's very magical. I know, isn't it?
Light and color.
Light, color.
Are magical together, but when you create it.
And you can control it.
And control it, right. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, Andrew, all the years that Barbara and I have been doing glass, we still feel the same way. We are just as passionate about glass today as her and I were, well, as she was 30 some years ago, and I was as a very young man, 45 years ago.
What are you talking about now? When were you a young man?
When I first started in the glass, when I found glass, y'all, I was in a shop. It was a summer job. And then
That's right.
I just
he
fell
was
in love with it.
very young. He was 18.
I was very young.
He was 18.
And I fell in love with it.
I actually fell in love with glass when I was 5.
That's right. Well, Barbara grew up totally different than I did.
But that's a long story.
My big thing was until I was 18.
Yeah.
You know, it was glass. And prior to that, it was airplanes. So
I don't know.
I don't know. It's great, but it's great seeing y'all and having you tune in tonight. Thanks again.
Blow dryer. That's a good idea. Blow dryer. That's a good idea. Get the glass hot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, warm it up.
Yeah, you can do that if that's what you want to do, or you can lay it on just a griddle that you can pick up at a yard sale for $5. You know, you don't have to go out and spend $20 on a new one. You can get one for $5. And you know, but my dad used to say that's one of the ways you can work in the winter and not interrupt your production.
Because for years, our glass studio never had heat.
Never.
We had no heat and we had no air for like 2 years. And if you've ever worked in a metal building with no air, It's awful. And so we finally got an air conditioner, but it really did help. Until we bought our own building.
Right. Then we put like 11 tons of air conditioner in there. You had to wear a jacket sometimes.
Yeah. So, old heating pad. That's a good idea. Yeah, whatever you can
anything
do to warm that
it up.
glass up. Yes.
Because
good
your
ideas, guys.
your hands are 98 degrees and the glass is 40. Pick it up. It'll sweat. You can believe it. And once your fingers get damp, then the foil doesn't stick to the glass. But if you warm it all up nice and cozy, it's good. Yeah, you can set the heating pad on your lap and the glass on your lap, watch TV and foil your glass all at the same time.
Andrew says every time he works on a piece, it changes almost on a daily basis with new ideas that are better than the ones before. I know it drives you crazy, right? There's not enough time to really do everything.
But you know what?
That you want to do.
Suck that in, Andrew. Every time you learn something, just keep sucking in all that energy and all of that, just what's going on with it, with the glass fairies. They probably come and see you at night because you're
probably
thinking
dream about it.
Yeah, so if the glass fairies come knocking on the door, let them in, man. Let them in. They got some stuff to show you, I promise you. Things you didn't even think about.
Do you guys ever go to the flea market to find stained glass tools or supplies? Yeah. I mean, we used to. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to.
Yeah.
And
if anybody out there does bead work, always go.
Oh, yeah. Dental tools are great for using beads.
Yeah. So
doing dental tools because they're stainless, so they can take a little bit more heat, right, Barb?
Yeah. The thing now is that we have Ed's been teaching classes for so many years, and a lot of his students were older when he began to teach them. They were retired. He was a young man. And those
when was I a young man?
When I met you, you were a young man. And so those students have, they're older now. They've drifted away to their
some of them
other
have
things.
Passed on to the stained glass shop in the sky.
Yeah, and so we wind up getting a lot of tools given to us, and most of them we forward on to the art classes
in the school
system. So if any art teachers out there, contact us. I have supplies and I have glass.
And we would be happy to donate them to you. Just, you know what? If you get one child interested, or even yourself, educators, if you get one child or yourself interested in glass, then we've done exactly what we needed to do. This medium is awesome. So, and tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Tuesday.
Yeah, what about it?
Nothing special. We're just making ornaments for the shop for the Conway Glass RDRV
and the
shopping store.
And the orders, yes.
Yeah, the store opens on Sunday, and the orders have already started coming in. So tomorrow is just a get the orders out day, and then we'll start off and start making inventory for both the pop-up on the 20th and the store opening on the 15th. So, hey, I'm Ed and this is Barb. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. If this helps you out, or maybe even just give us a thumbs up. Remember, thumbs up, as Ray says, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Thanks, Ray.
And so I could put some little graphics up for you all, but there's some more questions here, Ed.
Okay,
and
great.
I know you love answering questions.
I do.
And so Nancy wants to know, how do you know when to replace the carbide wheel on your glass cutter?
Wow, that's a good question because I've never had to replace mine.
When it falls on the concrete.
If you drop it on the concrete, and when you run it across the glass and you hear a skip, or look at your score, Nancy, okay? Do your regular score front to back with no oil and look at that score. And if you've got little skip marks in it, you've done something to that wheel. You're never going to, do it. So if you've got a TC10 head, just get you a TC10 head from your stained glass supplier. They're usually I don't know, about $18 to $22. It just depends. But yeah, if you've got a skip in it, otherwise, if you haven't dropped that on the concrete or done something crazy with it like that, Nancy, you shouldn't have to replace the head of your cutter. The head on the glass cutter that I have in my pocket is 20 years old. And I cut everything with that glass cutter.
Oh, okay, so Karen, yes, when it's cold outside and you're working, yes, you would want to, if you're working in an environment that, what you doing, is cold, you want to heat up your glass so the foil will stick and it doesn't get moisture on it. I have another question.
Okay.
Ray wanted to know if that was part of our project, our current project.
Which, the stained glass window behind
Yes,
Barbara or the
yes.
thinker?
The stained glass window.
It is. This is window number C. This is window number C. Thanks for asking, Ray. You know, we have 12 of those. We do have a video coming up as well of us inserting the green heron into window number 12, the final window for the live oak stained glass project.
Yeah, we have another exhibit going in at Brook Green for Nights of 1,000 Candles. Not only will our blown glass be there, but we're doing an educational exhibit as well.
About stained glass, go figure.
And so that video that I showed the last couple days ago, all those photos are going to be at the exhibit and the tools will be out and the whole story of the...
Yeah, and one finished window.
One finished panel for the window.
For the window, and then the original pattern. Blood, sweat, and tears, baby.
Karen said, so after you clean, should you put your foil pieces in a bag to keep, after you foil, should you put your pieces in a bag to keep them clean?
Wow, you could. You could. That'll keep the Ziplocs and maybe drop a little couple pieces of rice in there to keep the humidity out of it.
I had a friend that used to do lamps, and Ray, you probably do this already, but as she cut her pieces, she would put them in little baggies, and she'd put if it's divided into that 8, or they divided into 8
on flat panels. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the round panel.
Oh, the panels. Yeah. Most of the time panels are 4, 6, or 8 repeats.
The Tiffany's.
Yeah. It depends on,
so anyway,
on the diameter.
She'd letter them, and then so she had a system. And I don't know if it was like that or the colors, or anyway, she had a system. She had a bunch of baggies and it was all organized.
Yeah. So, about 20 years ago, Ray, Barbara and I used to have 360-degree wooden Tiffany molds. We had 4 of them. And after the flood, while we were renovating the building, someone decided that they needed them worse than us. It was kind of disheartening.
Nancy, our blown glass ornaments are about 3 inches to 3.5 inches. And some of them this year we'll have some optic ornaments that are longer, and they're like 4 and 5 inches.
With tails on them. Yeah. So they'll be very decorative. And our ornaments, y'all, weigh less than an ounce. So
Karen was showing our videos to a sled agent today.
Really? What were we doing, Karen?
Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody.
Oh, you're so funny.
Yeah. Oh, was Denver able to find that book that I told him about to help you on your equipment search? So anyway, and tell Denver that Barbara and Ed said hi. So.
Oh, she cut a china plate and she thinks she messed up her glass cutter.
Get a piece of clear window glass, Nancy, right? Nancy?
Yes.
Nancy, hey, get a piece of clear window glass and just score it like you were scoring anything, just a straight line like you were stripping it. And run that down and just see if it does have a skip in it. Normally, tile won't chip that carbide wheel, but if it was porcelain, it may have done it. Porcelain's a little tougher. Porcelain's harder than regular just ceramic. Yeah. So
You
anyway,
could save that. Get a new cutter for glass and save that cutter in
if
case
you're
you want to.
mosaicing, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to cut porcelain again, just use that cutter over, for that. Or
But
that
rule
blade.
number 1 is don't let anybody use your glass cutter, and rule number 2 is don't use your glass cutter for anything but glass. Unless you have another glass cutter that you can use for whatever you want, but glass.
So Andrew says he's going to be volunteering at the inner city Baltimore High School and teach the kids how to screen print ads or to just volunteer. So
Awesome, Andrew. I used to
Yeah.
play baseball down at the rec center on 36th Street off of Falls Road on the other side of town in Hamden. Hello. Woo. That was a long time ago.
yes. Oh yeah, Ray. Yeah. So she was very organized. She used to put her. We were talking about putting the into baggies.
Oh, yeah.
Terry.
Oh,
Terry,
yeah,
if
Terry.
you're watching, I miss you. Terry moved away. I don't know where she lives, but she.
New Mexico, I believe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway,
But she built beautiful, beautiful stained glass lamps. Probably the best of anyone
and we
that
taught her how
that
to
we
build
ever
stained
taught.
glass
She
lamps.
was amazing.
She was very, very meticulous about her lamp.
But she had the little.
She had that baggy system.
She had that system down.
Yes. Yeah. And that was when she was doing them. Ray, they were using the styrofoam forms that had either 4 or 6 repeats, depending on the diameter of the lamp. So
Andrew says he seems to be changing his grinding bit a lot. Is he pressing too hard?
Andrew, on your I don't have a bit here to show you, but the diamonds on your bit, and I'm just going to show you my hand. The diamonds on your bit are 3/4 of an inch deep, top to bottom. Your glass that you're using is 1/8 of an inch. That you need to, it sounds like if you're eating that away, you don't push too hard on it. What it is they're getting too hot, and you need to add to your water, you need to add some antifreeze because your diamonds are getting hot. Your grinder bit, even just with 800 pieces of glass in that window that you're working on, that grinder bit should last you for 5 or 6 of those windows.
So you should be keeping lots of water in your grinder,
right?
And the coolant.
In the coolant, yeah. Right. But my suggestion is if you're going to put a new bit on there, Andrew, drop it all the way down so that just 1/8 of an inch of diamonds is above your grinder surface. Lock that nut down. Hey, don't forget, you're just tuning in, Andrew. If you don't use milk of magnesia on that screw, you won't get it out the next time that you need to. So each time you use that grinder, that 1/8 of an inch of diamonds, and you loosen your set screw up and lift the grinding head up another 1/8 of an inch and tighten it up. If you've got 3/4 of an inch of diamonds, you can move your grinder head 6 times. And the only reason that you'd be spitting off diamonds is because you're getting like a glass dust on it. You should not get any dust at all on that diamond. You don't have something hooked up right. Your sponge isn't in the right place.
Maybe not enough water.
That's what I'm saying. You've got to get more coolant on those diamonds. And that sponge is used not only to put coolant on it, but it's used to clean the diamonds out. Okay. So if you really need to add just a little bit of antifreeze to your coolant, your water reservoir, and you can't push that hard. If you're using a grinder bit like that, your glass cutting needs to improve a little bit.
This is his first window.
I love it, man. I'm just saying, Andrew. I'm not making fun of you. But if you'll do those few little tricks for your grinder, you'll find that the diamond head, because they're just epoxy resin on there, okay, and they're what the diamond companies don't use. That's all they. The same diamonds they send to the people to make diamond saw blades and things like that, like we have in the back. But try and make sure you have lots of water. Your grinder should be gurgling.
Nancy's having trouble with her grinder wicking up. But you should have, and like I said, you need a sponge. Is there not? Is there a little empty
Should be a
space back
sponge
there? Should
behind
be a
the
sponge
diamond,
right there.
behind the wheel.
Just a little cap full of antifreeze. That's it. In a
Yeah.
full thing of water. That water should be coming up on that grinding head. You don't need to breathe that dust.
Yeah, if your grinder's getting dusty, y'all, something you're not hooking it up, get the directions back out. There's a sponge. There's a little U-shaped piece behind the cutter head. Barbara, put your hand in between my fingers for me, would you? Barbara's hand is come from underneath.
Right here?
That's the cutter head. There's a little U channel around it, and then right here, okay, right behind Barbara's thumb is a. I didn't know how else to do it.
It looks ridiculous.
It probably does look ridiculous. I'm trying to get a point across, y'all. But that sponge keeps the diamonds cleaned out, but also keeps it wet. If your grinder isn't gurgling and putting water up on the grinder surface itself, you don't have enough. You don't have enough coolant in there. And if you do not need to be breathing glass dust off of those diamonds, because not only now because you're not using the right amount of coolant, you're breathing diamond dust too, and that is not good for you.
Yes, Nancy, do what Ray said. Send us a picture of that grinder.
Yes, just the way it's set up right now, from the top straight down.
Because she said it's a no-name grinder. Karen, you're right. It's a good thing we don't charge people.
We're going to, Karen. I'm just kidding, y'all. Y'all, there's a super way that you can support us, and we've already told you. Once our store opens up, your friends are going to love getting our Christmas ornaments for the holidays.
There was a question here. Karen had a question. No, any kind of antifreeze. And
yeah, just any kind. Just you only need a little bit though, please. Not a bunch. Too much of foam it up.
Have I missed anyone's questions? Okay, where do I send the pic to? What do we want to do?
We want to do barb.rdrv@gmail.com. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right? Send it to the RDRV channel, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, to the RDRV website.
I could type his number in here and then delete it. No, I don't know how to delete it though. So yeah, we can't do that.
No, we can't do that. Because if you call me,
he usually doesn't answer.
No, if you call me, it's $25 for 15 minutes, and I'll tell you anything you want to know about what you're doing.
Or you could come right here.
Or you could come right here to the shop. And I'll still charge you $25 for 15 minutes, except we'll talk face to face.
Yeah. And he'll help you.
And honestly, I will help you all that I can. But, however, hey, I can't do it all for free. What we do for free is we're answering your questions is right here. If you want to help support us and you got a goofy question, please contact us and we'll call you and we'll set up a time and we will make an appointment. And we'll send you an invoice and you pay the invoice online and you're good to go. Be happy to help you. But your questions here are free, y'all. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Wow, Andrew, that was a marathon. He said he ground glass for 26 hours.
Andrew, do you have any fingers left? Or are the corpuscles bleeding on your thumbs?
You must be young.
Yeah, he must be. Yeah, I can't stand up for 2 hours.
Do you cut tempered glass?
You cannot cut tempered glass. Tempered glass is cut, seamed because sharp edges will not make it through the oven. Tempered glass is cut, seamed, and then put into an oven at 1180 degrees, thereabouts, plus or minus, depending on the thickness. And then it's heated up. And then it's rapidly cooled with cold air blowing across it and underneath of it. And then the Bell tempering oven lifts up, puts it out onto a leer, and it's picked up at roughly 120 degrees and put into a rack. So
if you want to use tempered glass in front of your window, so you're doing a door.
A door, yeah. You definitely you have to put safety glass in a door anyway. Right.
So yeah, so you would put the tempered glass, but you order it to size. So you wouldn't order it and then cut it. You would just order it to the exact size that you need it.
Right.
And that would probably be the size of your stained glass window.
Right. Or maybe just a little bit
Finish.
bigger because you left yourself enough room to get the stained glass in without fighting with it. So,
Yeah.
but do check it. Tempered safety glass comes in all different thicknesses, but you can only order it to size to fit. You can't cut it.
Nancy asks, do we see fusing glass as a trend? I think that fusing glass has a long, long way. I don't think it's a trend. I think it's here to stay. We've been making fused glass
Since the 80s. So, right.
Since the Egyptians.
Oh yeah, well no, the Egyptians have been fusing glass.
So I mean, I think that I think people just break those boundaries, and there's a lot more to fusing glass than just one or two pieces you might do in a class. People are just doing phenomenal things with fusing, and the classes are incredible.
And the teachers are just so awesome, and nobody has any secrets. That's the cool thing about it. They're willing to teach you their patte de verre. They're willing to teach you everything. All you have to do is when you leave is have a place to do it when you get home. Otherwise, you just wasted a lot of money. So, but yeah, fusing, man, the sky's the limit on that stuff, isn't it? It's just like painting on glass. It's been around for 3,000-4,000 years. And lead work has been around for 3,000-4,000 years.
Yeah, Nancy, it hasn't drawn fusing hasn't drawn Nancy in yet, but one day you may feel like you need just something special for that
special window.
For that special window, and the only way you're going to get it is to know someone that knows how to fuse glass or paint glass. But it doesn't have to be you; it could be a fellow artist. So
yeah, and you can collaborate with each other. That's kind of what I think. That's what Barbara and I do a lot of, is we collaborate with each other. And sometimes she wants to clobber me over the head, but we usually collaborate. What?
We're not collaborating.
We're collaborating.
And I have to clobber you.
But we learned a long time ago, because we used to be able to periodically get away and take classes. And actually, I feel those days coming on again, where we're going to be able to actually take a little bit of time and take a class somewhere.
Where do you want to go? Yeah, anywhere. That would be fun, right? Take the RV. And take a couple weeks, take a week class, take a 3 days. Go to Corning.
Yeah, just go to Corning, get up in the mountains, and because we have friends in Corning, we can stay right there in the RV in their yard, so it's no big deal. But anyway, we used to take classes together. And then we thought, wow, more bang for our buck. We take classes separately, and then we come home and we teach each other what we learned in school. So now we've got 2 classes for basically the price of one, and we both learned something that was awesome. But now we both know the same thing too, because we just taught it to each other. So it is just like, woo! Taking classes is a lot of fun. And I'm glad I don't teach them anymore.
You're teaching us.
I'm teaching them right now, but I love this.
This is fun.
Yeah.
So where was it? Brenda. Yeah, I think we talked about this before. Yeah, people are creating fake stained glass, and it's a trend. It's very frustrating. That product has been out for a long, long time. We have never
the lead stuff, the sticky
fake stuff that they draw with and everything. It's fake stained glass. If someone wants real stained glass, they'll come to,
If someone wants real stained glass and they look at that and they see the price is $200 versus $2,000, then we have to educate them too, don't we? We have to educate the people that want to buy that stuff because it is like,
Can
sorry.
yeah, the epoxy. Yeah, Kat St. Jane says that epoxy fades, and if you break that glass, the whole piece is gone. I have a beautiful piece. I have a beautiful epoxy
Done.
piece with glass in it.
On
But
our
it's
door
not
to
that
our
fake
studio.
stuff. It's got real glass in it, epoxy, and a beautiful painting.
By a world-renowned artist. Right?
Yeah, and it's got a beautiful painting on it, but it's completely different than that. She's a real artist, and
She's the real deal, y'all.
but that's different. But yeah, that must be very frustrating. I wouldn't even go to a show that had. If I went to a show and somebody like that was there, I would have to, not go next year because it's kind of, defeating the purpose of selling art.
Yeah, because then that tells you that the people that juried the show have no idea what they're doing either. If they let that stuff in, because it's not, I don't know. It's kind of like, to me, it's like
Andrew,
silk wreaths.
When you send a message by pressing a little money sign, do you get that money? Yes, I do. We do. If you've done that, they haven't notified us, and maybe we don't know until after the show. If that's the case, thank you very much. And hopefully we can change that. But thank you. Thank you.
We do enjoy this that we're doing. And it's so much fun hearing y'all's questions, because sometimes you trigger something in the back of my mind or Barbara's that we may have even just totally forgotten about, or something. It's like sometimes when we get into the glass blowing studio, we'll be like, well, it was just yesterday. Oh gosh, why didn't we think about doing it this way? And sure enough, we did. Because you forget about it and then you think about it. And you're like, oh my gosh, we haven't done that in years. Let's try that.
Yeah, I love working with glass, and sometimes it gets frustrating. You run into a problem, you're like, oh, I'm ruined.
And you do. Well,
I'm ruined.
You do run into problems.
But then you go home and you get a good night's sleep, and it seems like your brain kind of figures out the answer to the problem by the time you get out of the shower in the morning.
Yeah, but the only thing you can say is, it's only glass. It's only glass. Think about it. It's one of the most dynamic, beautiful things that has ever been created on this earth. Oh. All from our earth products. Think about that. It's all glass is all natural. To make colored glass, you use the metal oxides on the chart of elements. Okay? That's all natural. Everything that make the chemical makeup of glass is all natural. Soda, lime, sand, well, all 13 elements that make glass. And then all you have to do is just add a little, whatever you feel like adding to it. You can add chromium, you can add zinc, you can add copper. All of those metal oxides, either by themselves or together, make very specific colors.
Okay, so let's see here. I think we've answered the questions. Have I missed any? Oh, Rochelle said that she got her hat and her apron today. Yay, awesome. Finally.
Did they? Is that the one we had to get a passport for?
I thought I was going to have to get a passport. It was very confusing. It's the first time I ever mailed anything to Canada, and it was very confusing. It was a learning curve, and I had to go to the post office for them to help me. But I got it. I could have done it, but
we got it now.
I got it now.
Yeah, we got it now. Thanks, Barb, for taking care of that, because that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a learning curve. I'm just trying to read through the questions. I think, Ed, we're ready for your glass chat.
Oh, is it time for glass chat?
I think it is. Woo!
It's time for glass chat, everybody. Hey, guess what? So I think somebody earlier was talking about Oceanside. Guess what tonight's glass is? It's part number 1108 S as in seedy, F as in fusible. This is an Oceanside Glass. I want you to see it's a beautiful amber. This is actually a glass that in one of our painting videos, you'll see where we painted a bunch of people, a crowd of people standing below Jesus. And this is the glass that we use for some of the robes in the window, along with this part of their arm right here. So anyway, wanted you to see this. This is Oceanside. Now, Oceanside took over Spectrum, okay? Spectrum had some of the most beautiful glass, very simple glass, okay? Simple, but beautiful and easy to cut. Probably one of the best annealing processes in the industry. Spectrum had it. Oceanside, on the other hand, all they make now are System 96 or fusing compatible.
Have you cut that?
Yeah.
Is it cut like Spectrum?
Yeah, it cuts real easy.
Oh.
It's beautiful.
Show us. Because I've heard mixed. I've heard mixed.
Well,
I've heard some people say it doesn't. And then
no, they're opaque glasses. They're not annealing right.
Oh, okay.
Spectrum's opaque fusibles, their System 90, they're not fusing, they're not annealing that correctly. But
you'll have to hold it up so they can see that. You heard that, right?
You heard that, right? Watch.
So it is good.
So it is good, okay? But this is the transparent, fusible System 96 by Oceanside. And hey, I'm not saying anything wrong about Oceanside. I agree that they just want to make one kind of glass, which is fusible compatible. Just because it says fusing compatible, guys and gals, please use it in your windows because it is pretty nice glass. However, it's very pricey because of the fact that it is fusing compatible. And if you use this glass in any window, because it's fusing compatible, you don't even want to throw this away, okay? You want to hang on to this, and you want to have a specific area
to keep your
Oceanside in, because it doesn't mix with anything but itself.
If you're fusing.
If you're fusing. Otherwise, use it in your windows. It's beautiful glass. This little 12 by 16, this was a 12 by 12 now, but it was a 12 by 16, is $42. That explains everything about Oceanside.
Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have told you to cut it.
That's $11.
Woo!
$11 right there, $11. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. And I want to tell you, there's nothing wrong with Oceanside. It's just very pricey glass. But not only do you use it for commissions, you also use it in your kiln.
Oh,
so tonight's tool, some of you have one, some of you don't. I don't use one all the time, but I do have one within my tool chest. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a lead knife.
They can see it. Yeah.
You can see that pretty good, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it has a solid mahogany. It has a mahogany handle. It's riveted together. The handle. It's not going to come off.
Lift it up.
It has a lead hammer on it.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, for moving lead around. It cuts like I can't show you on the table how it cuts, but I will say this. You only want to keep the handle part in your hand because this will shave your beard. Okay, that's how sharp this is. Okay, so I want to let you know. Lead knives are typically used a long time ago, and a lot of people still use them. However, when I use it is when I have a long piece of lead that's already in the window, and I can pull it out just a little bit or remove two pieces to cut it and push it back in. Only if I haven't had time to use my lead nippers. Lead knife, a great tool to have in your toolbox as something else you may need while you're fabricating windows. So, hey, this is Ed. If you haven't had time to subscribe to our channel tonight, please do so. And I hope this is helping everybody. just wanted to say hi. And thanks again. Don't forget, give us a thumbs up. I'm going to turn it back over to Barb.
What am I supposed to do?
I have no idea. No, Barb. So
He always.
I hope you enjoyed the class.
I did.
That's
The class chat.
Class chat. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
It's awesome.
See, I learned. Oceanside. I still haven't got used to Spectrum not being in business, but Oceanside, if they can do, hopefully they'll get better quality opaque glass.
You remember when Spectrum used to make those posters? They had studios in on the West Coast would fabricate these beautiful windows, and then Spectrum would photograph them and turn them into posters and send them to all of their distributors like us.
Well, yeah, we would get how often did we get it? Oh, we got a new poster every year.
About once a year, yeah. Once a year.
They used to send out a new poster
And
every year.
the one poster that sticks in my mind was entitled "Boldly Going." And
that was a fabulous one.
And it was a man.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
It was a man going through a door.
And there was nothing on the other side.
Yeah, but it was a beautiful stained glass.
It was like it was the dimension was when he opened the door, everything shrunk down all the way to the end of the hallway. And I could understand the boldly going, because you know what? When we wake up every morning, everybody, you, me, Barbara, all of us right here on the internet, we are boldly going into the next day. So let's make sure that we take advantage of our days and enjoy them. Make sure we learn something. Make sure we do something good for somebody. Remember, the holidays are coming up, and there's a lot of us out there that need just a little bit of a attaboy every now and then. So don't forget about your neighbor. Don't forget to say hi. It is the holiday season. And remember, last year was really ugly. So say hi to everybody.
You are so sweet. So do we have any more questions, or did we miss anyone?
Yeah, if we missed your question, please pop it back up on the queue so we can get it.
We've been up an hour. Now there's a lot of people on here.
Okay.
Okay. What was it, Karen? Because I missed it. Oh, can you sharpen that knife? Yes.
Well, not you. I would let Denver sharpen it. Because it is incredibly fine. And but yes, you can sharpen this knife.
Magali's daughter says hello.
Hey, how are you? Welcome to the RDRV channel.
Arthur said he noticed you cut your patterns with a double razor blade. How about pattern shears?
Well, you know what? The thing about that is I did that razor blade trick for everybody because there are probably 70 people on the live chat right now that cannot stand pattern shears.
But if you love them and
if you like them, right,
stay with them.
Stick with them. My little double razor blade trick is just something that I enjoy doing because my hands are so large. So I like the razor blade trick. But hey, that's a good question. Try the razor blade trick. Put you one together and try it out.
Victor wanted to know if Spectrum was the company that used to make water glass.
Yes, sir. They are. They sure are.
Yes.
Or were. And so can anybody pop up online and tell me how the water glass was made? How that pattern was
And you can still buy water glass.
You can. We have.
I don't know if Oceanside sells it. Does Oceanside sell it?
It's System 96. Yeah, they still sell it. They still make the.
And are they the ones that are making the glass that we get from the commercial?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, Pilkington's making that still.
Oh, Pilkington makes it? Okay. Yeah. Is it cheaper? No.
No.
Bigger pieces.
Oh, yeah, just bigger sheets. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, we're good. We're good. So, yeah. And you're probably looking up one of the videos because I think I told everybody in a video how the pattern on the water glass is made.
Kat St. Jane said the colors of Oceanside numbers are confusing. A regular 151 thin is orange, not red, but it doesn't tell you that. Have you fused it?
Yeah, because the 151 should turn into a cherry red after you fuse it.
It may be orange now, but it'll
Maybe
be
orange
red.
now, but the fusing. That's the thing about fusing other
That's
colors
what's going to
too.
be
Yeah,
a little bit tricky with some of your colors. They're not going to be.
like bullseye. What color is it? It's a purple bullseye, but after you fuse it, it's just beautiful, beautiful peacock blue. It's crazy.
Thank you, Ray. Magali said we made her little helper smile.
Aw.
Her daughter. Oh yeah, Brenda has her customers ask her if lead is dangerous. Did you get any answers from others? If you don't eat it, you shouldn't. Like
Right. This is what I suggest with lead. Okay, and tell your customer this. While you're working with lead, don't eat, don't drink, and don't smoke. And before you do any of the three of those things, wash your hands thoroughly and keep your fingers out of your mouth. And once every maybe 3 months, if you're using a lot of lead, I mean a lot of lead windows. Like I'm probably going to have mine checked after this oak tree project because I went through 250 pounds of lead.
Oh yeah,
in a very short period of time. So, but anyway, if you go through a lot of lead, just have your heavy metals checked in your lead, in your blood to make sure that you're okay. That's all. If you have open sores on your fingers or anything, cover them with Band-Aids. Don't work with rubber gloves because you're never going to get anything done. But just put a few Band-Aids on it.
Some people do.
I know. I'm just saying. If you get something done and you can wear gloves and build stained glass windows, God bless you. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Yeah. I was sitting here, Barbara said, what are you doing? Remember how you used to draw around your hand and make a turkey when you're a little kid? Well, let me tell you something. My hand takes up about this much paper. So I can't wear gloves while I'm doing stained glass. It's a 20-pound turkey I just drew.
Okay, he's losing his mind. Oh no, Ray had his blood checked for lead and it was off the charts. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So are you doing all those lamps, right, Ray? You doing the copper foil? Is it coming from the solder fumes?
Yeah, you might want to
ramp up a little bit of ventilation blowing across you rather than on you or away from you. You don't want to cool your iron down, Ray, but what you do want to do is remove those fumes from in front of your face.
Magali said we lost you. I don't know what that means.
Are we there now?
Are we still here now?
We're back.
Ray said he had to get medical treatment for it.
Ray, you know what? I've been very lucky.
Solder fumes, he said.
Yeah, solder fumes. Yeah. Yeah, solder fumes.
Victor asks, have we ever worked with the glass, what is it called? Dolly? The thick glass that you pour epoxy on it for church windows. Faceted
glass. It's called faceted glass. It's manufactured by Wismac Glass Company. Comes in blocks of 6 inches by 12 inches. And you need an anvil and a really, really nice chisel and a hammer. And when epoxy windows, y'all, in churches are more of a mosaic. Okay, it is stained glass, colored glass, but the designs are more mosaic than leaded together and formed like that. The designs in epoxy windows or in what they call epoxy resin windows are mosaic.
Okay. They're having trouble with the live stream, so I guess we're having issues again. I'm not sure what's going on. We're just going to have to.
Well, we're having issues at the house with the same company.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't need our business anymore.
Well, then what are we going to do?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, guys.
I guess we'll have to bug out of here if we're fading in and out. We apologize.
Just froze up. Yeah. Okay.
I think what we're going to do then, we're going to order a new.
Nancy said it's fine. Hers is fine.
Magali, Oh, you're in South Florida. That shouldn't
Maybe it's too
matter.
far away.
Oh, my golly, you're only like 390 miles from us. You're not too far, huh?
Well, Ray, I hope you're feeling better. How long
Yeah.
ago was that? Goodness. I'm going to have him have when
I'm
you
gonna
get
have
your-
mine checked, but we've had our employees have theirs checked over the years and everything, and we have never.
Yeah, but you did a
But
lot of
Yeah,
soldering.
but you do copper foil work, and you're in it all the time. I'm touch and go.
$30,000.
Good Lord, Ray.
Lead
You really
stays
love
with
stained
you.
glass, my friend.
Lead stays with you until you get treatment. Whoa. Yes, people, get your lead levels checked.
Check your lead levels.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah, just check them. Appreciate it, Ray. Please check your lead levels, and I'm gonna check my my socks.
Good Lord. Ray,
Gosh, Ray, that's man. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you're here with us.
Yeah, I'm sorry to
You're
hear
such
that.
a positive person. That's what's such a joy to know.
Yeah, you're a very positive person, and the comments and just the things you say about Barbara and I, Ray, that's really awesome.
Okay. So all of us know that when we go to have our blood work at the doctor,
Ask them to please
tell
check
them
your
to
lead.
check your lead level.
Yeah, please
Thank
do. It doesn't cost any more. It's just a test. You
Yeah.
know, they're running tests on you anyway. Just get your lead level checked, and to make sure, because we don't want to end up getting sick like Ray. And I'm so glad that you're still here, my friend, because high lead levels in your bloodstream are not
Anything
good
to
for
fool
you.
with. No.
Not at all. Not even a little bit good for you. So.
Okay.
But we don't do, soldering lead and soldering lamps, and lots of. Ray, you and I have done miles and miles of soldering.
Yep.
Yeah. Somebody told me a long time ago, because my background in the glass industry is in high rises, and you can do the prettiest curtain wall 15 stories tall, but you send the wrong guy to caulk it, and you're gonna ruin it, man.
Okay. I think we're going to have to go. Magali and Karen and Ray and everyone, Cat St. Jane. I mean,
Everybody's
you
having
guys,
trouble with it, or
no, I'm just saying thank you all for
thank you all
being
for
here.
tuning
I'm trying
in
to go
tonight.
through all the names and I can't go through all of them, but those of you that have joined us tonight, thank you so much.
And
we
hey,
really
Ray,
do appreciate
if you
it.
don't mind, send us a little message to barb.rdrv@gmail.com, please.
What are the symptoms of lead poisoning? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. We're gonna have to ask Ray on that. He's the only one that I know of that's ever had lead poisoning.
But we will answer that question. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to it, but next week we'll have the answer to that question.
Yeah, we will, because it's something that does happen within our industry.
And I don't know if before the levels get too high that you do have any warning signs. That might be part of the danger. So,
Ray,
Ray
cancer
said,
for me.
Oh, yeah. Get your. That's how you found out.
That's how you found out, Ray. Oh man,
Ray, I'm sorry.
I hope everything's well now, and you really found a great pastime, which is building these beautiful lamps that you build.
So Ray said he used to work on circuit boards. Is that right, Ray?
Oh, you were using the solder flux mix of what they call the rosin core solder. And that stuff really is smoky. You're probably using a gun with a little heat light on the end of it. And working with transistors and stuff. Wow. You probably did breathe a lot of fumes, my friend. Holy cow.
Well, we're all here, and I hope to we hope to get out that little video this week of the circle thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna
for
do that.
you,
I'm gonna
Ray.
get that out for you, Ray. So don't forget to send us that message.
Is that Ray sending us? a
Yeah,
message?
you know, you don't
I
have to
need
tell
your
everybody
address.
where you are, but we do need your address, and we need to know where you're from. What planet are you from, Ray? It's
Okay.
probably the most decent planet in the universe. So.
Okay, well, we need to let these fine folks get back to their life and their
Yeah.
stained glass.
Well, Magali,
building.
good talking to you tonight, and good talking to everybody online. Tell your daughter hello and good night for us. And we're gonna
tell Denver hi.
Karen, yeah, tell Denver hi. Give him a noogie for me.
Joyce, Cat St. Jane, everybody just
everybody
hung
that
out.
tuned in tonight. Thank you all
Good
so
questions
much.
tonight, guys. And if you have any questions during the week, I try to answer them during the week, but it's much easier here.
Yeah, it's much easier for us to answer them here.
And we get everybody's questions answered if we can. If I didn't get a question answered, come next week and we will
That's the
start
only
it
thing
again.
different from this week than last week is we finished the aquarium. We still have lots more projects to finish.
Magali, that your little girl is recovering. Did you say your little girl is recovering for COVID? Because when she went back to school, she went back to school on a Tuesday. I remember when she went back to school, I was worried that she would be.
We were worried about her.
You know, I hope she's feeling a lot better.
Yeah,
she's feeling
I
a
do
lot
too.
better.
And hopefully you and your husband didn't catch it either. Catch it, you know. And but I do hope that she feels a lot better.
And if any of you out there want a hat or an apron or both, or you have a hat and an apron, take a picture of yourself and send it to barb.rdrv@gmail.com.
Yeah, send us a picture and we'll put it up on the website.
Or we'll put it on the Facebook
Put it
page,
on the
only
Facebook
if you
page.
want us to.
Yeah, if not, you know, we understand. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah. So I haven't decided what's coming up next week in Glass
Victor's
Chat,
from Texas.
but we'll get it figured out.
Okay, guys. I don't know what some of the messages are, and I apologize if I didn't get all the questions.
Well, let's run back through just one more
Okay,
time and
let's
just see
just
if
look
we
one
missed
more time.
anything.
Or write your question right now. Oh, she's going back to school on Monday. Good. That's great. Glad to hear it.
Yeah, me too. Well,
okay.
Now they have the shots available for the young children too.
Not that young, I don't think. But anyway.
Anyway, Barb and I got our third shot. We're done.
We got our booster.
We got our booster. We are boosted.
Okay.
That's just us. We're boosted.
We're boosted. Okay. We're headed out.
We're going to grab a bite to eat.
Yeah, we're going to go get some pasta or something like that.
I don't know. We're just going to go somewhere. It's been a beautiful day.
Okay. So we see you guys next week on Monday night.
And don't
look
forget
for a video this week. Yeah.
Don't forget about the video on Wednesday night inside the studio.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching the RDRV Glass Studio.
Ray, I hope I'm looking at you through a square piece of glass, my friend. And you know what? I'm just going to use regular window glass just to show you. Because that's one thing I have a lot of.
Okay. We'll see you.